Hello, my name is Logan Gilbert, and here's the note card that I will be using for today. Allow me to ask the audience a question. Has anyone ever had a pet of any kind before in their lives? Allow me to ask you another question. What would you do if something ever happened to your pet? Well, speaking from experience, I have had a pet my whole life, and I would be so sad if anything ever happened to him or her. It's ironic that we can love animals so much, even more than humans at times, but yet thousands of animals are killed and tested every day for human benefit. Today I would like to inform you about animal testing, which is defined by Cruelty Free International as any specific experiment or test in which a live animal is forced to undergo something that is likely to cause them pain, suffering, or mistreatment in any way. These animals are living beings that are continuously being experimented on in laboratories worldwide. These experiments include injecting, force feeding with potentially harmful substance, radiation exposure, surgically removing animals' organs, and forcing them to inhale toxic gas. There are inhumane and immoral actions that no living being should have to go through. You may ask, what animals are they experimenting on? Well, according to Judy Strickland in 2018, almost all the animals are vertebrates such as mice, rabbits, fish, birds, etc. All the poor animals that are getting experimented on are bred for the sole purpose of experimentation. These same animals barely see the light of day. Many of them spend their whole lives inside a laboratory. Some people may say that there are laws in place to protect these animals from this sort of mistreatment, but this is only partially true. Animals are protected by an act called the Animal Welfare Act. This law regulates the treatment in animals in research. However, animals such as rats, mice, and fish are not protected by this act. This leads to 100 million of these animals being harmed every year. Despite the advancements in technology, animal testing is still a method used all around the world. According to a article, Manfred Leash in 2011 provided alternative solutions to be more cost-effective and efficient. One alternative solution was cell cultures. Thanks to developing technology and sciences, labs have shown their ability to grow human and animal cells to create 3D structures as big as miniature organs. This would make way for a more humane way to test out key developments in areas such as cancer, drug development, and vaccine production. Another solution for testing would be the use of human tissue. This is when volunteers donate their tissue after surgery, biopsies, or transplants. Human tissue can be used post-mortem as well if a person is in fact an organ donor. This is a much cheaper and humane way for them to test out the newest lab developments. The medical field in the 21st century has made way for many groundbreaking advancements that will do a lot more good than harm for humanity. But animal testing is an old method of medicine that needs to end. There is little to no good that comes from animals, especially from torturing animals, especially when there are more efficient and cost-effective alternatives that exist already. A CNN article written by Ali Zaslav states the Environmental Protection Agency plans to eliminate animal testing for good by 2035, but I believe this is too far in the future. The sooner we get this done, the less animals will have to suffer. Aisha Akhtar conducted a study in 2015 that provided evidence that tests such as the crude skin test in guinea pigs only predict human reactions 72% of the time. So at this point, you're probably wondering, why would we test animals for human benefit, but we do not know for sure if that's going to translate to a human. Therefore, alternative methods such as cell cultures and other alternatives would be a much more efficient way to test out key lab developments. Let me ask y'all again, what would you do if one of these was your pets? Animals are people too. We cannot allow these animals to get burned, crippled, poisoned, etc., all across the world. There are numerous alternative solutions of animal testing, such as cell cultures and human tissues, which prove to be more cost-effective and efficient anyway. On the bright side, there are many organizations that are also against animal testing. Many of these organizations aim to abolish animal testing for good by shutting down the labs in which conduct these experiments. I started to learn about animal cruelty while doing this speech, but I just realized that this is more than just a speech topic. That's why I've decided to donate to the Cruelty Free International, an organization where their goal is to put an end to animal testing for good and animal cruelty. Just think, there are animals out there right now suffering. It's 2020. I think it's time that we end this cruel operation for good. Thank you.